Nicolas Cage is back in a new movie called The Surfer, and boy, it's a weird one again. So the movie starts with the surfer, which is played by Nicolas Cage, who is taking his son to the beach because he's planning to buy a house on the beach where he grew up, and he wants to take his son surfing because from the sea you have the best view on the house. But when he wants to surf there, he is stopped by a group of hardcore locals who are very clear that if you don't live there, you don't surf there.
Don't live here, don't surf here.
I grew up here.
Don't live here, don't surf here.
But of course the surfer is not gonna give up that easily, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna stick around here until you let me surf.
I'm going down to that beach. I'm gonna surf that break.
So we get like this interesting dynamic between two equally stubborn parties. We have Nicolas Cage, who is really set on surfing on that beach, and then we have the locals who are really set on not allowing him to surf there. But of course, after days of living in the sun, no food, no water, we get to witness this descent into madness, played very well by Nicolas Cage. And the movie does it by using psychedelic visuals and using zooms and fisheye lenses, and also by using two very different types of music. We have like the very idyllic music, like you're watching a fairy tale. And then we have more unsettling music. So it's a very interesting dynamic there, and it does actually work because you do feel yourself getting more and more upset as the movie goes on, and you're really starting to feel like the whole world is just laughing at you and making fun of you, and you can't do anything about it. You feel powerless, you feel yourself going crazy a bit, and you start to doubt everything that's going on in the movie. And then you start working on theories like, what in the hell is going on here? And actually when the movie reveals the real conclusion, it's actually one of the least exciting theories that I had in my head. So I was a bit disappointed by how it actually turned out. Also, Nicolas Cage is good in this movie, but it's not really anything memorable. There is one scene, the Eat the Rat scene, which is in fact very memorable and very meme-worthy. So I think we're gonna see plenty of that. But overall, the movie was a bit light on the whole Nicolas Cage charm. But however, the villain, the leader of the Bay Boys, as they call it, who is played by Julian McMahon, I did really like him. He has like, I didn't really see him before. He had a big role in Charmed, but that's a long time ago. But he has like a bit of a James Bond vibe going on. So I did really like him. And actually, besides Nicolas Cage, most of the actors are Australian. So that does help for the authenticity of the movie because it takes place in Australia. And the movie definitely wants you to know that it takes place in Australia. And sometimes the movie does feel a bit like a commercial for Australia, so that may have something to do with it as well. Also, I do think it's a bit weird that this whole movie is about a man who wants to take his son surfing, but then the son kinda disappears from the movie. So we have him in the intro, then he disappears for the biggest part of the movie, and then he returns at the end just for a few minutes. So even though the whole premise of the movie is about this man and his son, the son disappears for the biggest part of the movie, and it's just a bit weird how that goes. So is this movie a hidden gem? No, I wouldn't say so. I also wouldn't really call it a thriller. It's not really tense. You're just like, oh well, this is interesting. Let's see where this is going. Let's see how far they are gonna take this. But it's nothing really much more than that. So yeah, it's a good one-time watch for a slow weekend, but don't expect too much from it.